Hi YouTube, I'm Mr. Pokemyths, and today, instead of doing another Pokemon Myths and Legends, I am doing a history of the Pokemon universe. Everything in this video has actually been confirmed by Game Freak, which is different from my normal videos, so enjoy. Before I start the video, I should say that there are a few Pokemon names I might be pronouncing incorrectly. For example, I say Arceus, and some people say Arceus. And if you want to leave in the comments section how they're actually supposed to be pronounced, that would be appreciated. But for this video, there may be a few that are incorrect. The beginning of the universe. In a vortex of complete chaos and nothingness, a single egg comes into being, which then hatches into Arceus, the first Pokemon in existence. Arceus creates Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, giving them power over time, space, and antimatter. Giratina, as punishment for its destructive nature, is sent by Arceus to live in the Distortion World. Dialga and Palkia succeed in creating the universe and Pokemon world, retreating into their own dimensions afterwards, with a point of access being at the ancient Spear Pillar in Sinnoh. Arceus creates Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf, giving knowledge, emotion, and willpower to all living things that come into existence in the Pokemon world. The three dive into caves at the bottom of Lake Verity, Lake Valor, and Lake Acudi in Sinnoh, giving them the names Lake Guardians. Kyogre is formed by the pressure in the deep sea trenches, Groudon is formed deep inside the earth, likely from hardened magma, and Rayquaza is formed by the minerals in the ozone layer. Rayquaza proceeds to fly around in the ozone layer, occasionally coming to rest at Sky Pillar. Kyogre and Groudon then proceed to fill the sea and create land, respectively. A chance meeting turns the two into rivals, and a conflict for dominance over the Pokemon world begins. This battle continues until Rayquaza quells it, causing Kyogre and Groudon to retreat to special caverns, where they rest until the events of Generation 3 many years later. The red and blue orbs are created to prevent the reawakening of Kyogre and Groudon, and are left at Mount Pier for safekeeping. At this time, Mew may have been plentiful and lived in large numbers. Land masses such as Mount Coronet are created, and Regigigas moves the continents, forming the regions, and at some point created Regirock, Regice, and Registeel out of clay, ice, and magma, respectively. The Sinnoh region is created around Mount Coronet. During this violent procedure, Stark Mountain is created due to shifts in the crusts of the world, and Heatran is formed in a pool of lava. Arceus creates the Adamant, Lustrous, and Griseous orbs before falling into a deep sleep. Prehistory. Millions of years before Generation 1. The earliest known prehistoric Pokemon exist. It is possible that the Mew population may have decreased at this stage, as they slowly gave way to other Pokemon species. The first humans appear in the Pokemon world. At some point after the Iron Age, Regigigas is sealed away in Snowpoint Temple, and Regirock, Regice, and Registeel are sealed away at various points across the Hoenn region. At some point 300 million years ago, an ancient version of Genesect was born. Team Plasma later used its DNA to create an infinitely stronger version of Genesect with cybernetic technology. At some point 100 million years ago, the first members of the Lily species were born and later extinct. A fossil was later found and is reanimated scientifically by Devon Corporation. At some point 10,000 years ago, during the last Ice Age, the Mamoswine population flourished, then decreased when the Ice Age ended. 3,000 years before Generation 5, the relic items are created. 2,500 years before Generation 5, the relic castle is built. 1,500 years before Generation 1, the earliest known system for writing is developed and used at the Ruins of Alph, Tanabe Ruins, and Selacion Ruins. Archaeologists are currently unsure whether the nearly identical unknown preceded or succeeded the writing system, but it is assumed they share some sort of connection. The Farfetch'd population decreases due to overhunting. The Magikarp population mutates and becomes weaker. This was just my overview of the creation of the Pokemon universe and prehistory. At some point, I may do an overview of the events in the games, so be ready for that. Also, remember to like and subscribe.